Hey, it's John Chappelle from Harmony Central. We are finishing Saturday, day 3 of the Winter NAMM show, and we spent most of our time in the guitar hall today, and I want to talk about 2 pedals, a multi-effects, an amp, and a guitar. So here's what we saw. The pedal, Vox has a delay lab. It's a multi-functioning delay pedal. It's got kind of a vintage vibe to it. It's really nice. Chicken head knobs, a nice cream color. Check it out. I think it's going to be really big. It had really nice fat sounds and it was easy to use. The Black Star booth, they're known for their amps. It's a British company, but they had a pedal called the HT Metal that we really liked. It had a lot of a British American. They had incorporated their infinite sustain feature that's really quite effective in a pedal. We've seen it in an amp. Now we're seeing it in a pedal. That was really nice. As far as multi-effects, Boss Roland continues their lineage with the GT series. This was a low-cost model called the GT100. It had dual displays, large amber readouts that shows you the complete signal chain, as well as editing menus. Really sounded great, really easy to work with. It's really evolved design. We like that a lot. And then finally, for the amps, we saw 65 Amps is known as sort of a high-end boutique company with their Blue Line series, but they came out with the Red Line series. Has a lot of the same features and, of course, tone, all tube amp, heavy as can be, but it's at a much more affordable price. So watch for 65 Amps Red Line series. And then finally, the guitar I wanted to talk about was not just a single guitar, but a whole line of guitars. Taylor Guitars is now introducing nylon string counterparts to all their steel string series. So for example, you can go from the 400 series all the way up to the 900 series, depending on the appointments and the style and the quality in the steel strings, and now you can match that with a nylon string. So there is a nylon string in the family for every steel string. So if you have an 814 CE, you can match that with an 800 series nylon string. Very clever idea, and I'm sure it'll be popular. And that's it for me, so we'll see you tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Phil O'Keefe. I'm coming to you from the DAddario booth here at NAMM. It's Saturday. A couple things I saw today I found really interesting. First of all, John had mentioned this the other day, but I got a chance to take a look at it myself, was equally impressed with the Fishman Triple Play. This is a wireless MIDI guitar, hex pickup controller, and USB remote receiver. It has terrific tracking and very, very low latency. I was very, very impressed with how well it did. The second item is the Arturia Mini Brute analog synthesizer. This is a 100% analog synth with 25 full-size keys, 2 4-stage envelopes, and CV gate input and output, so you can use it with your vintage synths. It also has audio input, so you can process external audio, and a low list price of only $549. Really, really impressive sounding synth.
Hey, Harmony Central, Craig Anderton here with another exciting day at NAMM. It was impossible to get from point A to point B. This place was so packed, it was unbelievable. But I have 3 very important things to talk about. One is Digital Performer from Motu DP8 is coming for Windows, 32-bit and 64-bit. It is no longer just Mac only. It's going big time for Windows, and also a lot of really cool guitar stuff, Sims and things like that. So they're definitely making a big move. Another big move is Waves. They're going to 64 bits, and they're also ditching the iLock. You will no longer need to have an iLock. They have their own licensing system, which is dead simple. I saw what it's supposed to look like and how it's supposed to work, and it's going to be a really nice change. Speaking of open things, I've always been a big fan of the Scope system, which was originally done by Creamware, is now being done by Sonic Core. And Scope 6 is a completely open system now. They've opened up all the APIs. People can make modifications to it. People can come up with their own user interfaces, their own new effects and everything. So it's a completely open system. So I think all those things are really interesting. The other thing I wanted to mention is the Casio. The new Casio keyboards are amazing. Don't remember the names offhand, but you'll see them. They're really great for live performance. They're great sounding synthesizers, step sequencers, arpeggiators, wonderful, wonderful instruments. If your opinion of Casio is based in what it was 20 years ago, it sure isn't that way anymore. They've got some real mojo going on. And then the Apogee mic. which is digital all the way into an iOS device. And you know about Apogee converters. So it's basically the mic, the Apogee converter inside it, and you can get some really astonishing fidelity out of iOS devices. And my final item is iOS devices. You can't turn anywhere without seeing an iPad. The iPad is, I mean, no company here can build a computer and a display for the same price that Apple can do iPads. And so you just see everywhere, from drum heads to guitar systems to mixers to standalone things, educational stuff, they're just everywhere. So now I have to get an iPad. That's the one thing I've really learned from this show. Anyway, Craig Anderton signing off. Another day tomorrow at the show. Amazing show. And thanks for watching Harmony Central. See you tomorrow.